Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to From Weeping to Warrior, Igniting Freedom with Roshawn Nicole. I'm your host, Roshawn Nicole, where we interview amazing guests from all over the world, sharing their Weeping to Warrior stories and how they overcame obstacles and what they are currently doing to maintain their mental health and their physical health. If you know my journey, back in 2021 is when I was in treatment for 2 months due to PTSD, depression, anxiety, and addiction. And now that I have this podcast, I want others to share their story so others know that there is hope and healing on the other side. So if you would like to be a guest on future episodes, we would love to have you. Hit up your girl at info@RoshawnNicoleWellness.com. If you are new here, welcome to the show. I got you covered. I would love for you to go back and check out the other episodes. This is episode 14, so go check out 1 through 13. Amazing guests with incredible Weeping to Warrior stories. Share it with your friends and your family for those who might need some hope and some inspiration on today. And if you've been following my journey from episode 1 to now episode 14, I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. Thank you for following me on this journey. Also, please share, please like, please comment. Let others know that there is hope and healing on the other side. All right, friends. Well, before we get to our amazing guest today, I just want to go over, we have the weekly mental health tip, mental health stat. We talk about some information that might, enlighten you or educate you. And so I just want to go over this Did You Know? And so this is, did you know that what you're eating, even healthy foods, could be affecting your mood and your energy? Did you know that? Well, I would like to introduce you to a functional lab that I will have access to once I am a certified functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner. And this functional lab is called the MRT, or the Mediator Release Test. And it tests for over 170 different foods and commonly found food chemicals in foods and beverages. Now, I want to just kind of go over a little bit of how the foods that you could be eating could be affecting your mood, your energy, could be causing symptoms like insomnia, fatigue, brain fog, depression, anxiety, a lot of the common symptoms that I had. So this functional lab, this MRT lab test, now, when you eat a certain food that you might think that might be healthy for you, and so yes, we always hear all the time, eat your blueberries, eat your apples, your spinach, your broccoli, and all those healthy foods. And so yes, they are healthy. They have a lot of vitamins, a lot of nutrients, but they could be causing symptoms in your body, and they may not be healthy for you and your body. So I'm going to kind of demonstrate what happens in your body when you're eating foods that you're sensitive to. Now, when you eat that food that you're sensitive to, you may not have a reaction or symptoms up to 72 hours after you eat that food. So you have to think back, what did I eat yesterday? What did I eat the day before? So instead of guessing, we say test instead of guess. So this rules out your guessing, your journaling. You can get right to what foods you should avoid for a certain amount of time to bring inflammation down and to decrease your symptoms. So what happens in your body when you're eating that food that you think might be healthy for you? Maybe you're eating an apple, maybe you're eating a banana, and what happens is your immune system is saying, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Invader, intruder. And it's like raising a red flag. And so what's happening is your immune system is working super hard to figure out like what's going on. And so once that happens, that's when all the symptoms occur. Like I said, it could be insomnia, acne, depression, anxiety. I know when I took this test, it helped me to rule out a lot of the foods that I was sensitive to. I noticed when I was eating certain foods, I started to get anxiety. I couldn't sleep at night, feeling fatigue. And so that really did help me to determine those foods. And so what happened was, you might be thinking like, oh no, do I have to stop eating these foods for the rest of my life? Well, the answer is no. But you want to stop it for a certain amount of time to decrease that inflammation in your gut and also in your brain as well. And decrease that inflammation, heal your gut, and then you want to slowly bring back those foods. And that's when a health practitioner, such as myself, when I'm certified, will come into play and help support you bring back those foods slowly and steadily. So if you would like access to this functional lab, it's called the Mediator Release Test, to identify the foods that could be causing symptoms that could be causing mood swings and also fatigue and other symptoms, hit me up. I would love to let you know once I am certified. I will have access to this lab and so many other functional labs that can get to the root cause of what is going on in your body. So hit me up at info@Roshawn Nicole Wellness. I will put you on the waiting list, and once I'm certified, you will be the first to know. Alrighty, and that is, did you know that what you're eating, even healthy foods, could be affecting your mood and your energy? All right, friends, so our guest today, we're going to transition over to our guest, and I'm going to read her bio today. And before I read her bio, I've been knowing her for over 20 plus years. I met her when I was in the classroom, and I was back in the classroom. My first year was back in 2007, and so she was working at the same school, and since then we have been best buddies, good buddies. We've shared the stage together, we've prayed together, we've been through so many different life journeys, and I'm so excited to have her on today. But let me read her bio. Vera Reynolds is a mother of 3 boys, a loving wife, and a passionate educator, photographer, singer, and songwriter. Over 20 years ago, she made the brave journey from Kyrgyzstan to the United States, where she learned English, pursued higher education, and became an elementary school teacher. Today, Vera balances her role as an educator and CEO of Vera Sun Photography. Her journey is a powerful story of resilience, growth, and the pursuit of purpose, making her the perfect voice in conversations about mental health, wellness, and the immigrant experience. Let's welcome this warrior queen all the way from my city, Seattle, Tacoma area, to the show.
Hello, dear friend.
Hello, Vera. How are you, my friend?
Doing good. It's sunny outside. It's a good day. I am happy to be here and to talk to you.
It's a beautiful day here in sunny Seattle. We can say sunny Seattle today. It's a pretty hot day. I'm like, it's funny because we're never ready for this weather when we have the sunshine, right? We're always like hot and no AC and all this. But I'm so glad you're here today, my friend. And you look beautiful today with your beautiful colors.
I'm ready for spring and summer, as you can tell.
Yes. Oh, yes. We are so ready. We are so ready. Bring on the sun. So I'm so excited you're here, Vera. And before we get into your Weeping to Warrior story, I know I read your bio, but tell the audience just a little bit more about who you are. Who is Vera Reynolds?
Okay, I'm Vera Reynolds. I am from Kyrgyzstan. I came here when I was 19. I came from a third world country, so I have a different perspective that I can offer to other people, and appreciation also for great things when they come along. And of course, after that, I got a degree here. I got AA, bachelor's and master's degree in education. And then later on, I was able to win a green card. And then I worked for 2 years. And then I met my husband after that, a person of my dreams, my best friend. And I'm so happy. And then I had my 3 children. And then it didn't stop me from going to school. It didn't stop me from taking pictures and writing music and being a worship leader at church, my beautiful, wonderful church transformation center. And of course, and just other small jobs that I have, like offering ladies to come to my home to pray, to basically I help people host Bible study, or I do it myself. So I have a busy life, as you can tell.
Oh, yes, busy, Vera. Yes, you are. And we're going to talk more about that, about, all the things that you do and how you, stay balanced and maintain your mental health and everything. But before we get into everything that you do, I would love for you to tell the audience your weeping story. And on this show, we talk about weeping, and then we talk about warrior. Like, how did you overcome that obstacle and get to your warrior? So we would love for you to start with your weeping story.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I think I want to focus on the time when I was 19, when I came to America, that transition. So luckily, when I was in Kyrgyzstan, I did learn a little bit of English, so I had some basic knowledge, and I could put sentences together. But when I came here, it was like a completely different story. I couldn't understand because I was talking to real Americans, and so things were so slow for me. And I think, and I didn't know that it was going to happen for me. Just life turned around, and I always dreamed about coming to America. So my dream literally came true. My sister, she got married. She had her first baby. We came to help, and so and by the grace of God, seriously, they decided to pay for my school, which is a
Wow.
miracle. And
Yes.
then they did that in hope that eventually I will pay them back, and that was the agreement. But they also took a chance on me because we didn't know what was going to happen.
Right.
Whether I'm going to stay or leave, get a job or not. We didn't know. It was just a big leap of faith. And
Yes.
and after my mom left, and it was kind of like a shock to my family that I'm staying here, because obviously it doesn't happen these days. People pay for your education, and just
Right.
help you stay here, help you go through school. And then that's when, at the beginning, I was excited. I got to see beautiful places, met new people here. And then when the decision finally was made and I stayed, my mom left, that's when I started to feel like, oh my gosh, what's happening right now? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like really hitting the ground hard and realizing, yes, I am now kind of on my own. I either make it or not make it, And
Right.
so
Right.
I had no choice but to work hard, to study hard, uh, and and as you can think of, like 19, it's like the best time to go out, meet with friends, go out to like a movie theater or a beach, right? So I had that, but not as much because I didn't know how to drive. I always have to ask. So there were like obstacles, right? Lots of obstacles. But my main focus was to learn English, to be able to respond to essays and complete all the assignments. And of course, I didn't have friends right away, as you can
Right.
tell. Like I would say I did hit that stage where I wasn't sure if I'd made the right decision, and I wasn't happy. I was struggling. New language, new culture, not having
Yes.
saying goodbye to all my other friends. My routine, it was hard. It was really hard.
Yeah.
I remember that. But then and there were moments where like maybe I should go back. Maybe I should. So for 2 years I struggled. It was like a battle because I had to give up some things and at the same time fight.
Yes.
Give up and fight. Give up
Yeah.
and fight. But I always had a dream to be in America, to marry an American one day. That was always
Okay.
part of my, like, I grew up dreaming about it. So I kept my eyes on the prize, and it kept going and gave me strength and said, yes, maybe it's hard right now, but it will pay off later. Yes, maybe I'm missing out on going out and hanging out with friends, but I will catch up. I kept on
Yeah.
of positive self-talk, and then after 2 years, I think I overcame that difficult moment of
Yeah.
feeling lonely, of feeling and a feeling of struggle, because I finally was able to speak, understand English, and I made some friends. I became part of international club, and
Oh, okay.
yes, and we did fun things. And so yes, things have changed for me after that. And I just kept on going, kept on doing my hard job, and obviously it all paid off. It all paid off, and I'm forever thankful for that opportunity.
And
So
we'll get into that warrior. But I want to dive deep a little bit more into your weeping, Vera. Because you were talking about you're leaving Kyrgyzstan, right, and coming to America and not knowing any English. Like, you're in a whole different world, right? Different culture.
Yes.
And so I want you, if you can share with us, like, how was your mental health? Like, were you like, did you have a lot of anxiety coming to America, not knowing? Like, tell us a little bit about like your mental health during that transition.
I think like at the beginning, I didn't have an anxiety. I was excited to see my sister and my
Okay.
brother-in-law and the baby, Daniel. And I think at the beginning it was nothing but excitement, because I knew I was going to go back. That was
Okay.
the plan. We already had
That
the
was the plan.
tickets.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
plan. And then when we came here, and then of course it was fun for me to go places and see all the beautiful places. I was still
Yes.
excited, right? But then we changed my visa as I was here visited. We changed my visa to student visa because we
Okay.
were successful to do that. We applied for school and I was accepted. That's when things began to change. And once and I feel like when I let go of my mom, she had to go back. That's when I had to kind of realize I'm growing up and I need to grow up
Yes.
fast.
Yeah.
That's when I faced the adulthood, I would say, because I always
Yeah.
been babied, you know.
That's when reality, right, hit where you're like, wow, I'm on my own now and I don't have my mom here. And so, yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, I
Yeah.
think so. That's when the reality hit, and that's when I started to realize, oh, I better be careful what I say, how I do
Yeah.
things, watch myself so I can be the best version of myself, and not
Hmm.
not I don't know, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not mess up anything. I was afraid to
Yeah.
mess up anything, to mess
Yeah.
up this beautiful opportunity. I think that,
Mhm.
and while I had that, I think the weeping part would be, yes, there was a moment where I cried and missed my family so much, and missed
Mhm.
my old routine so much, and missed friends so much, right?
Mhm.
And then I think I hit the stage of loneliness, being lonely,
Mm. Yeah.
and not having enough support. I had to grow
Mhm.
up, and then of course my sister and my brother, and they were my support, but still,
Yeah.
I was missing the, like, my group age kids, like, my friends that I used to, like, hang out and do
Mhm.
fun things. I think missing the fun opportunities to go out. I was
Yeah.
definitely missing that. And then, because I had to hit the ground hard, I had to study a lot. I had
Mhm.
books and dictionaries, and
Mhm.
so I was limited, and it was hard for me. It's like, for a moment, it felt like I lost freedom. Like,
Mm.
we all like freedom, right? Thank God we
Right.
live in America. It's the land
Right.
of freedom. Gosh, I love the freedom here, because you
Yes.
do have the freedom to accomplish things, do great things, and nothing can stop you if you work really hard.
Right.
So, and I felt like at certain moment I lost the freedom, and I think that was hard for me, because I am such a
Mm.
social creature. I'm the
Yes, you are.
extrovert. Yes, yes. Although I do like to be an introvert sometimes, but I'm the
Mhm.
extrovert. So imagine for the extrovert to be blocked out by the world, to be blocked by friends. Like,
Right.
that's
Right.
the moment that was hard and emotional for me, and lonely. But at
Mm.
the same time, I kept my eyes on the prize. I kept on praying through, and I kept on doing the best I could,
Yes.
because I had a vision and I had a dream, and I wanted to do everything I could to make myself proud, my family proud, and definitely I knew that the life is better here than back in Kyrgyzstan. Back in Kyrgyzstan, there is not a lot of opportunities,
Okay.
not a lot of um, like freedom that people can do
Okay.
and choose from. So
Yeah.
people limited there. So
Mhm.
I am so thankful for the opportunity that I've gotten, and I took the chance and I ran with it, and
Yes.
nothing. I just did my best. That's all I can say.
Yes, yes. So, Vera, I would love for you to share. So, you talked about, you're weeping, coming to America. You're talking about that you're lonely, and so you were saying at first you're excited, right? I'm coming to America, freedom.
Yes.
I want to do all these things. I'm going to school. I want to find American man, marry, have a
Yes.
family, right? And so now. So tell us before, finding your husband and having your children and then being an educator, photographer, all the things, worship leader, singer-songwriter. So how did you get from, being lonely, being in despair, and how did you get from there to warrior? So how did you get out of that loneliness? How did you, what did you do? Did you seek, support in your family? Tell us your journey on warrior.
Okay, sounds good. Well, like I said, after I finally stopped battling that moment of, like,
Yeah.
2 years, should I go back? Should I go back? Did I make
Right.
that decision? So that 2 years was like really back and forth for me. So
Mhm.
I think after that, um, I I think I pretty much stopped doing it, because I finally got to the point where I could speak English. I could
Mhm.
understand English. I made some friends at college. We started to hang out more. That
Yeah.
helped my loneliness. And we were able to do fun things. I even got a nomination for I don't remember what I did, but I was participating in the
Was
international,
this
like,
in college? In
yeah, I
college
was
too?
in college.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. I was being part of the international club, so I don't remember. I
Mhm.
did something there. I got an award
Mhm.
at Pierce College, so I was happy. And I think that's when I started to feel better. And
Yeah.
And then I met some other friends who
Mm-hmm.
overcame the same loneliness and distance.
Mm-hmm.
And were Russian speaking ladies and friends.
Okay.
So I made some other friends, and then hearing their stories encouraged me. Yes, they are
Mm-hmm.
happy here. They've made their dreams come true. So that means
Yeah.
I have a big opportunity. So my thinking started to shift,
Mm-hmm.
and that my thinking started to shift, and that's when I kept on saying, yes, I made the right decision. So then I continued to focus on the positive things
Okay.
that, like, yes, I want to finish school. Yes, I want to get a job. I want to start making
Mm-hmm.
more money, that will give me more freedom. So, and
Yeah.
then I did that. And then after, like, and then I was able to get a job, and I moved out from my sister and my
Okay.
brother-in-law's house. That was another big step for me.
Of
That
freedom.
gave me
Of
the
freedom.
freedom and the
Yeah.
ownership of my life. That's the first time I felt like, wow, I on my own now. I can
Mm-hmm.
make decisions. I can go anywhere I want. I
Yeah.
can. I have the freedom to do what I want to do, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to report to anybody. That
Yeah.
was amazing for 2 years. Now I am so thankful. I was able to do that. I traveled. I did fun things with friends, and that's when I felt like, wow, I was just thanking God that for everything He has done for me and blessed me with, and He sent me more people, more friends,
Yes.
and yes, and that's when I was able to overcome that loneliness and
Okay.
realizing that I made the right decision, and keeping my eyes on the prize. And then later I did
Yeah.
meet my husband, and then
Mm-hmm.
things started to go fast after that. So yes.
Okay, yeah, beautiful. So, Vera, I heard you say, when I think of loneliness, you were talking about that, you being an extrovert and that you get your energy from being around people and being and
Yes.
making connections and friends versus an introvert, who needs kind of like that space to get their energy back, that kind of isolation for a certain amount of time and then go back into a more space where more people. But so I heard you talking about, just making connections. And once you started making connections, learning English, going to school, surrounding yourself with friends, that's when you started, the loneliness started to decrease or started to kind of just vanish and go away.
I agree,
Yeah.
100%.
Yes. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I before we talk about, your journey with your music and photography, I want you to give some words to someone who might be listening and maybe they're new to the country. They don't know any English. They want to come here for, more opportunities. What would you say to that person that's coming from another country to the United States?
Yes, definitely. I would say, um, ask yourself a question. What do you want in this life? What
Mm,
makes you happy?
mm-hmm.
And go after this. And then don't be afraid to make those steps. Like, remember when I was saying, when I took that leap of faith, and I
Yeah.
said, I'm gonna go to college. I will pay everything back. And I wasn't sure
Mm-hmm.
if I was gonna go to college, finish college, and then pay back. And I did pay back. My husband
You
and I,
did.
we did it really quick together as a team. And like all those questions that will be like, what if,
Yeah.
don't listen to those questions. Those
Mm-hmm.
questions will stop you from doing
Yeah.
what you really, really want. So my recommendation is always do what you really want to do inside, like, and your dream. Follow your dream. Don't let anything and those questions stop you.
Yeah.
And once you're in the middle of it, like in the middle of it, this is the funny thing. You forget about those questions because
Yeah.
you're in the middle of it. You're running through it. You're going through it. Different things
Mm-hmm.
come up, and all the worries that you actually had, then they're not there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, and you're working through each problem, and then
Yes.
it's not a problem anymore. It becomes part of your life, and that's how you grow and overcome. I
Yeah.
absolutely love that. And I would say, have a positive attitude towards
Mm-hmm.
towards your life, towards your vision. Have a thankful heart, and do everything you can to accomplish that dream.
Yeah.
And then, yes, sometimes it will require work and extra work.
For sure.
Don't be afraid of extra work, man.
Yeah.
My life has proven extra work always pays off.
Mm-hmm.
People like have an exception, like expectation that you're going to do this much,
Mm-hmm.
but in reality, we need to do this much.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not only good for the people that we work for, but it's also good for us. That's how we
Yes.
grow. That's how we
Yes.
shape ourselves. So,
Mm-hmm.
and also learn about ourselves, what we need to do, what we need to get better at, and also learn about our strengths.
Yeah.
So that's what I say. I would
Mm-hmm.
say, don't give up, keep on going,
Okay.
and do what makes you happy. Life is too short, and you've got to enjoy it.
Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful words, Vera.
Thank you.
And you were saying that surrounding yourself with people and going after what you truly want to do. No, don't let anything stop you. And so you are the living testament of that, coming to America, not knowing English and saying, you know what? It's okay because I'm going to learn. It may be a process, right? It may take some time for me to learn the language, for me to make connections and friends and pay off my bills and all of these things. But you're like, I'm going to still go after it. And so I think those are great words of encouragement for those who might be listening and needs that inspiration of hope.
I'm free. No more chains. No more chains are binding me. I'm free. I can lift my hands in victory. I'm free. Ain't nobody stopping me. Look at what you done to me. Pack your bags and leave. You are the way, the truth, and the light. You are the way, the truth, and the light. 'Cause you are the way,
So now I wanted to transition into all the wonderful, beautiful things that you've done. And so, like, how did you get from, a singer songwriter, a photographer, an educator, and all the work that you're doing? And so, friends, if you are listening in, I'm wearing Vera's shirt, her merch. It says "Draw Close." And Vera, what does it say on the back?
In the back it says, hold on, let me think.
Is it take me to?
Take me back to your first love. Yes.
Okay, and you're talking about, who are you talking about when you're saying that?
Yes, that would be the love for God,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it says "Draw Close"
Draw
for those who are
close.
listening in. I'm wearing her merch, and so Vera, please tell us about your journey being, because photography came first and then music, correct? So tell us a little bit
Yes.
about your photography journey, and then going into your music journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you. So first of all, thank you for wearing my merch. I love it.
Girl, I got you. Yes.
Yes. Anyways, yes, I think first my inspiration came from my sister Natasha. She was doing photography, and then I really liked what she was doing, and then I picked it up, and I wanted to give it a try, and then I wanted to take pictures of my family and my kids and friends, and then I kind of started doing it, and I fell in love with it because it became so natural to me. Because I'm a school teacher, I'm already very
Yeah.
creative. And so that was like me using my other side of the brain and being more creative, like
Yes.
connecting with families, connecting with people. That's already part of me, like that already exists. That I do at school, working with children, working with families, so and teachers. And then when I got to the part where I had to edit a picture, that was like, wow, I love the editing because you can do so many tricks. And I like how I can like use different tricks to shape the picture, to make the
Yeah.
picture look better, to make certain things pop, and then maybe lower some other things like the colors. And so I love that process too. And then I decided to do more pictures, and then people liked it, and then by the word of the mouth, people kept on spreading about my photography. I used to be very, 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 very busy, but then my husband's like, Vera, please slow down because I want to see you. We're missing you.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. That was like a little hint for myself that, Vera, you're doing too much. Slow down. So I had to balance things out a little bit.
Yes.
So,
Love
and
that.
then- Yes. And then I started to do less pictures. And then I noticed that I was getting my energy back, and I could give energy back to my family. So,
Right.
and then so that helped me. So and then I realized that yes, I want to work. I want to do photography a little bit, not that much. So I could focus on work and family. So
Yeah.
and that's how I kept it. I do it very rarely right now because my busy schedule, and I like it that way. I'm not
Yes.
rushed. I still get to be creative. I still love to do it once in every while, so I love that. And then that was my photography. And then during that time, I think you released your very first song, Wounded Scars. And I remember you like, hey, play it, like you said it to me, and then I played it in my car. I blasted, in my car. I like my music loud. And then I was listening to your song, and I was like, it touched me in so many ways. And I could relate to it. And I just like the music, the techniques, your voice, of course. I loved it. And then you will. And then previously I had a song that I wrote randomly, and then I decided to record it in the studio. And then I think you were my inspiration to actually make the first step to record in the studio. Something that I wrote, but I didn't think of it. And but I was like, hey, why not? I like to sing. I always loved to sing. All my youth I was singing when I was in Kyrgyzstan, and here I always sang it. I just didn't like. I didn't know what I was gonna do with the talent. I honestly didn't know.
Yeah.
And so. And I think that's when I also got involved in the church. I started to sing it as a back vocalist, and it was just helping, supporting, and loved so much joy. Like I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care if I'm tired or not. As long as I'm there with the band, hearing music, singing music, and flowing, and just singing. That's like a refreshing thing for me, and it makes me so happy. And that's what I decided to continue doing. And so then I just decided to write more songs, and so I am. I've been writing more songs and recording more, and I'm having so much fun.
Yes, I was like, and we're gonna get to that too, to one of your singles, and talk about your next moves, your next steps with your music. So, but I just wanted to, give you a shout out. For those who are listening and watching, Vera's photography is beautiful. It's amazing. Go check out her work. You did my cover for Brighter Days, and so she's doing a session for me this weekend too. So, but yes, beautiful. She's beautiful work. And so I know you said that you're not really doing a lot of that because you need balance, and I think that is great, because as an educator, as a mother, I mean, an educator in itself is already a lot of work. We already know that. That is like a lot of work, but and a mother, I'm not one, but I know, and so, and then just, photography and worship leader and singer-songwriter, that's a lot. And so, before I ask the question, I want to just talk a little bit about, your music. And so I want to share this story, Vera, and I don't know if you remember this. So the first year that I was at the school that we taught at, the first school we were at, back in like 2007, I think I was teaching third grade. You were teaching first, I think. Yes. And so that was the first year that I met Vera. And so we've been, friends since then. And not only friends, we're like prayer buddies, right? Prayer buddies. We are always hanging out with each other, talking about God, talking about our music, our next steps. And I want to, encourage those who are listening or watching, to not just have a friendship, but build a connection, build a relationship with the person where you can pray together. And so I think that is super important. But I wanted to talk about when we first met. We were talking about music, and you came in my classroom, you're like, Roshawn, you're like, I sing too. I was like, oh, you do? I was like, oh, you do? And you walked in, I was like, okay. I was like, well, do you want to sing something? You're like, I want to show you, I can sing. So you came in and you just started busted out. I don't remember what you sang, Vera. What? I have no idea, but you just sang a song, and sat there, I was like, wow. I was like, you have a beautiful voice. And then a couple other teachers had heard you, and they ran into my classroom. They're like, somebody was just singing. So, do you not remember that? But I thought that was such a funny story. But
I do remember you and I sang together at the church. I mean, at the school event. Remember?
School assembly? Yeah, I think so.
I remember you. Yeah. We did kind of singing there, but I don't remember doing it in the classroom.
It's when we first met too. So yeah, you were just like, we were talking, and then we were talking about music, and then you were like, I sing too. And I was like, oh, okay. And I thought you were gonna be like, no, I don't want to sing. But you just busted out, and I thought it was cute and funny. And then other teachers come in after school, and they're just like, what? Who was that? So yeah, that was funny. But so yes, tell us, please, what's next for you with your music? I know you just released your latest single, which is Yeshua, right?
Yes.
beautiful worship song, friends. Like, go and check out her music. Beautiful worship song. You had released that last year, and I remember we opened up in Seattle, and I didn't hear it. You wanted to wait for that moment, and so it was a beautiful song and worship song. And so tell us about that, the inspiration behind your single.
So, sounds good. Well, Yeshua is very unique song. As like I was telling you, I'm from Kyrgyzstan. I grew up with culture. I grew up with Asian music. It's part of me. I love Asian music. I love those sounds. I love Asian food. Like I'm just like so multicultural, I would say, because Kyrgyzstan has a lot of cultures. A lot of music, so I grew up with it. So it became part of me, and I love it. It was my dream to create something like that. I did not know that I was gonna do it. Like seriously, to me, it's like unbelievable experience. That melody, those sounds that I dreamed of, like they came alive, and I was able to produce it and then go to the studio and record it. That song is beautiful, and it's actually part of my album. We just released one song that will be part of my album, just to give you a hint,
Yes.
But my album will have like a good variety of songs, different genres, I would say. There will be a couple acoustics. I love that.
Yes, beautiful. The guitar, love it.
Yes, oh, I love it. Yes. So I have one more song to record. I'm working on it. I'm hoping that within a month we'll finish it, and then summer, then I'm gonna try to release my album. I can't wait for it. I can't wait to share.
So like the beginning part of summer, June, do you have like a date or kind of a time? Give us a time frame.
I am thinking about June. I think legit school is out, music is out.
Okay.
Yes.
So June, so coming up.
I think June. That's my hope. It all depends when I meet with the producer. He finishes and upload, and so all that. If not end of June, then definitely July, beginning like July, like after 4th of July, sometime around that time.
So we'll be watching, of course, on your social media, and we'll have you to tell the audience at the end of the show, like where to, find out more about you and your music. So if you are not following Vera Reynolds, she will tell you all that information, but follow her and download all of her music. You have, how many singles do you have out, Vera?
Well, I don't remember, maybe 4. And then you can buy my music on Spotify, Vera Reynolds, and then iTunes. Also, of course, I have YouTube available too. I've made 2 videos. I'm thinking to do one more video for my album. Once I know which song I want to go with, I definitely want to do like a nice video recording.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that would be amazing. It will be a fun experience. I'm so excited about that. So I can't wait to. And
we are excited.
And I can't wait for you to hear the new songs. It's so cool.
Yes. Beautiful. Okay, Vera. So this is the question that I have to ask. Yes. Because you are a busy mama. So, you're a mother, a wife, photographer, educator, singer-songwriter, worship leader, a friend, and the list goes on. And so I always ask this question to all of my guests, because I feel like it's very important. I heard you talk about balance, and you have to kind of stop like taking so many clients for photography because you were taking a lot of time doing that. And so I want to know, like, how do you stay mentally healthy while navigating all the things that you're doing? Tell us, like, what, like, if you have like daily habits that you do, maybe like with food and diet, and then maybe on the spiritual. So give us a little bit of both.
Oh wow, thank you. That's a great question, right? I think we all get busy. Yes. And I get very busy. And yes, I do have a lot on my plate. And then one thing that people say every time, Vera, when do you have time to do this?
Right.
This is number one question. How do you do it? When?
Yes.
How?
Right.
And technically, it's kind of like unrealistic. All the things I do, it's legit unrealistic. Like right now, I'm actually supposed to be at practice at the church, because on Tuesdays I have practice so I can worship on Sunday. But I said, sorry, I'm busy. I can't do it today. But they haven't practiced without me. That's okay. And I think it comes down to what's important to me. What's important what makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, being a wife, being a mother makes me really happy, and then serving people makes me really happy. Like I said, I'm extrovert. I love to give. I like to receive love, but I also love to give. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely, I love to give out my love, my attention, my resources. I would say
Yeah.
I love to give, and I think that balancing that out, not overdoing. There are some times where I overdo, and my husband
Okay.
has to remind me, "Vera, you overdoing," and I say,
Good. That's
"No."
good. You have he nudges you, you know.
He does. He's
Yep.
very good person who sees me that I'm overdoing, and he
Mm-hmm.
tells me, "Vera, it's time for you to go to spa. Don't do anything this week." Like he reminds me that
Oh,
so
that's
because
good.
he can see me like laying down on the bed and having zero energy. He's like, "Vera, you overdid." So he's like the person who reminds me that I'm overdoing.
Mm-hmm.
But so then I found my strength. Also, I signed up for V workout, VIE. It's a workout for women only. I
Oh,
go
okay.
I go twice a week. So I
Okay.
lift weights, there's music, there's beat,
Yes.
and there's only ladies. Man, this is so powerful. I love everybody getting healthy, everybody's strong and
Yeah.
fit. I love
Good.
that. So that became part of my schedule.
Okay,
So
good.
definitely
Yeah.
spa, and then just going for walks. I love to walk. Like even at
Mm-hmm.
lunchtime, I eat for 10 minutes and I'm out for the 30 minutes. I'm walking outside. Like that
Mm-hmm.
walking helps me like to maintain my inner peace and
Mm-hmm.
also exercise, and then
Yes.
vitamin D, of course. I love it,
Yes.
and it
Yes.
makes me so happy. So finding those moments when to separate myself from people and things, and working out
Yes.
working out finding time just to be by myself, and then finding time to be with my friends. Sometimes I go out and do like pedicure, manicure, go out, do
Yes.
special things. Like I find things to do with friends that will recharge me. and
Okay.
uh, and then like this day's Mother's Day is coming up. I'm gonna have friends over. If the weather is good, we're gonna go out to the park, but it looks like it's gonna rain, so I said let's just go to my place. So people are gonna come here and we're gonna celebrate Mother's Day as a group of friends, and I love that recharges me. I love
It
it.
recharges
So I
you.
think, again, balancing out and
Yes.
making time for everything, at the same
Mm-hmm.
time saying yes to myself, that makes me happy.
Yes.
Because when I say
Absolutely.
yes to myself, when I'm happy, I can give more. I
Yes.
can give out more, like to other people, to
Mm-hmm.
my family.
Yeah.
But and and then when keeping myself happy blesses
Yeah.
other people. So
You
that's
can't pour, you hear that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup, right? You know,
oh,
you gotta feed yourself, right? So you can help
yes,
others. You can help your boys and your husband in your classroom. So yes, so those are great advice. You know, I heard you say that you have a nudger or a person to kind of remind you, and that's your husband. You know,
yes,
thanks to hubby, like, hey, Vera, okay. And then, you know, lifting weights. So I heard you talking about, you know, lifting your weights, and then, you know, going to the spa and treating yourself and do those things that makes you happy, and being around hosting, because I know you like to do a lot of hosting dinners and
yes,
everything.
yes,
So
yes.
awesome, awesome. So before, Vera, we close, I want you, because, and I know this is not going to air during, you know, this is going to air later, and that's okay. But because it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and this week is Teacher Appreciation Week, and we
Oh
are both
yes,
educators. We are both educators, so thank you for your service, my friend. Yes.
thank you. You too.
I want you, just 30 seconds. What is one mental health or self-care or burnout prevention advice that you want to give to other educators? Like, what is one thing in like 30 seconds? 30 seconds. Like, if you can think of something that can help other educators to, you know, to take care of themselves, or yeah, what is something what advice would you want to give to educators out there?
My advice would be play music in the classroom. Have a calming music always in the background, because it will help you to feel great. So as the kids, because some kids come with trauma,
Yeah.
and something happens in the morning, and they don't tell you. That music helps them to stabilize. So and me too, I love it. So definitely music plays a big role, and then going for those walks, not grading papers all the time. When it's
Yeah.
lunchtime, use that time. Use that time to rest, to eat. You can
Yes.
always grade papers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, use it plenty in time.
Yeah.
But lunch, keep it for yourself, because that's gonna give you time to recharge and to feel
Absolutely.
good. And of course, make friends with your coworkers, and then do something special for each other. Like my team is amazing. We always give each other gifts, Christmas and birthdays, and that makes a whole big difference. Making connections with colleagues and doing the best for them. It's great. And of course, all the stuff. Make friends. Make friends.
Beautiful. I love it. Those are great words. Great words, my friend.
Thank you.
So we're going to transition into, I want you to share, you did share where to find out more about you, but go ahead and tell us like your information, where to download your music, where to find out more about you. I know you kind of said that a little bit in the middle, but yeah, this is your time to share that and any shout outs.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So definitely check out my Instagram page. It's Vera Reynolds -5. I'm checking right now, and you will see it, and it will say worship songwriter Love Greatly, and you will see some of my songs, some of my posts. Yep, right there, and you will also find my music on, like I said earlier, on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and if you have other, some people download different apps. I'm there too, so you can Apple. Yes, thank you. And you can find music and listen to more, and then check it in the spring, summertime when I release my new album, so you can hear my new songs, and I think it will bless you so much. Yes. So
Beautiful.
yes. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. So we're going to transition to the last thing that we always do on From Weeping to Warrior. We play this little game just to kind of lighten the mood, get to know a little bit more about you, and kind of transition sometimes from like heavy stuff that we might talk about. So this is a Would You Rather game, Vera, and I'm going to give you two choices, and you're going to share what's your choice and why. And so we'll play this for about like a minute and 30 seconds. So, okay. So let's see, where did I write this down? Okay. All right. Would you rather go hiking or swimming?
Hiking. Like I said, I like to walk. Hiking, watching beautiful sunsets or beautiful views makes me super happy. Getting vitamin D and walking off all my anxieties, just walking it off. It makes me feel good. That's my trick to balance.
Yes, walking, getting out in the sun when we get the sun, right? Taking advantage of that. Yeah, looking at the beautiful view, because you are by a great, beautiful view of the mountains. So, awesome. All right, this one, which we've done before. Would you rather watch karaoke? So, watching others sing, or would you rather be the singer?
Definitely be the singer. I love to sing, yes. I like Dancing Queen, like that song. Oh my goodness, that's always been the hype and the vibe and all that. I love doing it. And I do want to say, after that, I do like to watch other people, because some people surprise me. But
I love it.
Make me laugh.
I love
it. Joy out of me.
So entertaining. I love
it. Yes, thank you.
Right. I love it. All right. So, would you rather prefer something sweet, a sweet treat, or something savory, like salty, sweet or savory?
Yes, I would say sweet. I think I have a sweet tooth, and
sweet tooth.
Yeah, I like sweets.
Okay.
I try to monitor not to eat too much, but I like it.
Okay, sweets. You love sweets. All right, and the last one, which I think I know what you're gonna say. What's your preference? Summer, winter, spring, or fall?
Well, I'm gonna say I love summer.
Okay.
But I do want to say this: spring. Spring takes a special place in my heart, because like as soon as like the rainy season is over and we have spring, like everything starts to bloom and the sun comes out more, and wow, that's such a good transition. I love the transition. I love the cherry blossoms in the sun. This transition of like everything being so wet and cold and ugly looking outside. I love the transition, But I do want to say summer is my favorite, because I can do so much more outside and enjoy the beautiful weather and go for more walks and hikes. So they kind of go together, but I would have to pick summer.
Okay. And that's probably when you like to do photography, probably the most, huh? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't have to work. It helps too. So I can edit faster.
Beautiful. Well, Miss Vera Reynolds, I want to say, my friend, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you, all the things you're doing. And I just want to say, continue to, release your music, do your photography, but like you said, have a balance. But I appreciate all the things that you're doing, and I appreciate our friendship. So
Thank
love
you
you, girl.
I appreciate this time and opportunity to speak my truth and share
Yes.
with the world, and hopefully this will inspire somebody. And
Sure.
yes, and I'm just so thankful to be here right now, and I appreciate this time. I love you so much.
Yes, love you too. And you are a true testament of just what someone, coming from another country, scared, not knowing, the language, the culture, and just, doing all the things that you set your mind to. And so, you have definitely have shown that. And so I appreciate your story and your inspiration. And like you said, I hope others, are inspired by your story. So thank you, Vera. Love you, girl. All right, friends, I just want to say thank you for listening or watching today. I hope Vera Reynolds' story inspired you. Go ahead and check out her music. She is available everywhere. Vera Reynolds, that's my girl. So go and download and wherever you get your music from. I want to say thank you to the producer of the show, and that is Dr. Teresa Jordan. And thank you to Vera. And I just want to give you some encouragement today. Share this episode or share previous episodes. Let others know that there is hope and healing. I need your help and your support and helping me to, raise awareness. So thank you for your support on this journey. Stay tuned because I will share my testimony, in details. I haven't shared that yet. And so stay tuned to hear about my story. But thank you for watching or listening today. And I want to encourage you, like I always do every time, to stay lit. And if you're not, it's okay. I'm here to help and support you. Don't burn out, but stay lit, keep shining, and ignite freedom. And we'll see you next time.
I'm waiting for your glory to shine across the streets. I'm waiting all who longer than thirsty.
Thank you for tuning in to From Weeping to Warrior, Igniting Freedom with Roshawn Nicole. To be a guest on the show, please contact us at info@RoshawnNicoleWellness.com. We would love to connect with you, so please take a moment to like, subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms. We look forward to having you join us next time for Weeping to Warrior, Igniting Freedom with Roshawn Nicole.